Okay guys, today I'm at City Thrift in Clarksville, Tennessee. It looks like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or I think so, anyways, that they have 30% off, but today is just a normal day. We're gonna check out City Thrift and see what it's all about. Never been here. And then I might go to an antique store. Depends on how long we spend here, just because I have sick dogs at home. They ate some meat with some seasoning on it, and it made them sick. So, okay, we're in City Thrift, and they have a lot of music playing, so I have to do some voiceover. First thing I do is I am checking out the furniture. When I go into Goodwill or stores like this, I just like to check out the furniture because I want to see if there's any good deals, like these two chairs right here. $3.99 for a chair, and boy, are they just a little bit dirty, but they were like you couldn't, shake them. They didn't rock. They were good and solid. Now I'm looking at some pots. This one up here looks like a canning pot, which I'm really interested in it. I should have looked a little closer at it. Hopefully when I go there again, they'll have another one. Checking the coffee cups. Really like this one with the tulips and the daisies on it. I love that the coffee cups here are 99 cents. At Goodwill, they seem to be about $4. This one looks like my dog Norman, if you guys have ever seen him. They really had a large assortment of linens. Very impressed with how many linens they had. And so I enjoyed looking through here. I wanted to look longer, but again, I got those sick dogs at home, so I was really looking forward to finding some chairs and just some things that I need. Um, One of the things that I'm working on, we're having our porch screened in the front, and so I'm going to be looking for some things for out there, chairs and um, pots and just beautiful things to put out there. I'd like to find an outdoor dining set to thrift that and get a good deal on it. I am all about saving a lot of money, not because I can't afford stuff if I budget well, but just because I get a kick out of saving money, guys. Went back to the linens. I always go back and look. I noticed that they had a lot of pillows here. This one's cute. I was looking for pillows that I could throw on my couch. This one wouldn't work because I have a black lab and a gray lab, and these would just get totally destroyed by them. Looking for hidden treasures as I look through here. I love antiquing, and so if I can get an antique on a bargain or some pots for the house because I like propagating flowers and plants and all kinds of stuff. I also start a lot of stuff from seed at home. This looks like Fenton, but I did look it up, and it is worth about $15 to $20. Um, Not Fenton. It's a look-alike. They really had some cute stuff here, but I do have a lot of cute stuff at home. Um, so this is a lot of stuff I didn't need. I am in the market, probably not this year, of getting some good Christmas plates. I would just like that. I think that would be festive. Um, I like all the Christmas cups. Those are fun. I'm not a big Santa Claus person, but I love Christmas and the true meaning behind Christmas. Always looking for great pictures. Love that America sign. I should have grabbed that and saw how much it was. Had to see if this was worth anything. Nope. Cute chicken. Saw the basket out of the corner of my eye. Still looking. Yeah, and of course I have to look at chickens. I love chickens and roosters. I have some of my own in the backyard. And I have one of these too. And we are a homestead, but I just love to thrift and antique as well. There are some cute candlesticks, but I don't need any of those right now. Cute lantern, but that looks like it would fit a cabin better. This was really nice, not my style, so it wouldn't fit in my home, but that is a good pickup for somebody. And I should have Google Lensed it and saw if it was worth anything. I don't have a place to sell that stuff, so I didn't bother. This is a cute little Hobby Lobby piece. Cute to mount on a wall and put a candle on it. And of course, I had to drop it. Just call me klutz. It's hard to manage things with one hand. I should have looked this up too, but of course, it's not something I'm really interested in. The doves are really cute. Nice little cute box. That might have some value. Jesus with red hair. Okay. And I fell in love with this as soon as I saw it. This is one of the things that I'm looking for to kind of decorate my porch. And as I love planting and garden stuff, and like we talked about, designing my porch after we get it screened in with some beautiful plants, I'd really like that. Of course, I had to back at these ones. Found another one like it. It was a little bit different than the other one, so I had to look at it too. Same thing. So just a knockoff. Not really into faux flowers, but I always have to look because sometimes you can put these in areas like on top of your cabinets where you can't water all the time. Um, so I had to give those a look, but didn't find anything that I'm really interested in. This is a plate holder. I probably should have got that, but I didn't have any plates at this time to put on there, but I probably will in the future. That was a cute little sign. The cat did it. Again, another thing to hold a plate. I like to decorate above my cabinets. I have a really high ceiling, and so it just kind of fills that void and dresses things up a little bit. So I got the two chairs for $3.99. I've been looking for chairs. I got a little dress, little blue dress, and then this piece here, which is a really nice metal stand for plants. I've been looking for something like that. This can go indoor, outdoor, but I would put, if I brought it indoor, put something under the feet. And this is right across the street from the co-op on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. If you are looking for a great thrift store, guys, this is a one here in Clarksville. It's always packed, and I always wondered why, and now I know. Chairs were a really good find because I've been looking for something, and when you come across chairs that are that solid, they're better than the chairs that are around my table right now that are kind of falling apart. They are just solid, and very happy to have them because this Thanksgiving we're having family from out of town, and it's just 2 extra people, but they're going to be there for like a week. So there's a big pole right behind me. So that's why I really needed a couple chairs. So because we only have 4 chairs, and if anybody else comes along, then we only have, well, we would be out a chair. And I have an extra chair, but it's very, very uncomfortable. So I'm glad to have these 2 chairs, and maybe I kind of like the backs of them. We'll see if my husband likes them. I'm sure he will. So I got to pick up something for my husband, and then we'll probably have some time to stop at that other store, as long as this goes fast at this other place, because don't want to leave my dogs alone for a long time with their tummies acting up. So watch it on the seasoning when you give your dog a piece of meat. So it was just Orido taco seasoning, and they just had a bad reaction to it. So gotta pick up part for my husband and then get to that other store. At the antique market, this is on Craft Street. It is just right off College Street in Clarksville, Tennessee. And we are going to take a look in this spot. As you walk in, you see a very old buildings, but some very beautiful things. And you're going to see that throughout this beautiful antique store. It is a very old building, but this is a place that you can find some really true antiques. This is not your mini mall that is just full of whatever people shove in there. It is true antiques or true vintage stuff. Love those quilts. This is probably one of the only homemade thing that is in here. Beautiful piece of glass here. Love the colors in that. About 20 bucks for that. I thought some of the prices were really fair, and some of the prices, like particularly on Fenton. We have a lot of Fenton in our house, and so I have just spent some time recently, discovered the Google Lens thing, and was Google Lensing a bunch of stuff in my home, and our Fenton is not valued at as high as the value of the Fenton here. It's in just as good a shape, but and some of the pieces are just as good. So I was a little surprised to see that the Fenton was quite a bit higher in this store. Cute little, very old lamb. I should have taken that home. And of course, we are a homestead. We have a green tractor, so I had to look at this. And I have a happy farmer guy, but he has a big beard. I thought these were really cute. I don't know if they're truly from the 70s, but they sure are a flashback to it. My mother-in-law would love these kitties. They were quite expensive and quite heavy, good quality. So they were probably worth it with the value of how copper has gone up yet. Love all these dogs. If you have seen our homestead, we have 3 dogs, 3 cats, 6 chickens, and a pig. So it's fun to see these little things around. Beautiful carving here with the elephants on it. There's some Fenton glass right there on the bottom. I thought this was absolutely adorable. I love daisies and tulips are some of my favorite flowers. So ducks are really popular right now. So I wanted to see what this duck was going for because I've seen them going for about 40. This has some condition problems, so it's going for 15. I think that's why it's marked down. Cute little kitty. Love that little tea set. Actually, I think it's a coffee set behind there. Oh my goodness, look at this glass. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. It is so fun to, oh, and here, I'm sorry, here is a beautiful Fenton piece. Now I have a piece that's not as fancy as this. That is actually a really good fair price on that piece. And if I had the money at the time, I probably wouldn't pick that up, and my mother-in-law would have been loving it because most of the Fenton pieces are hers. She says they're ours now that she lives with me, but that's very kind of her. Some more beautiful pieces. Lots of books tucked in everywhere. Now, one thing I noticed about this store that it's nice they have doorknobs and stuff like that. They didn't have a lot of crocks or anything. This is mostly china, candlesticks. Carnival glass. I thought those were cute. I loved all the bowls that I saw in here, and that was another thing that I noticed. They are marked at true antique prices. This is an antique store, and there's a lot of other places like in Paris that I've been to that are more like flea markets and antique malls, but not nearly as expensive as here in Clarksville as this store. But maybe this is where they can get the dollar from them. I don't think they could out there. I love that plate with the vegetables and the onions on it. Cute little piggy. Love this bowl. I thought that was really cute. And I thought that was strange. I loved all the cabinets in this place. 1986. I was 16 years old, and this would have made me feel like at home. I thought that was beautiful. I love blue and white. I have a lot of Delft in my own personal collection. And so I thought, oh, that would look good with that. This is cute and reasonably priced. I thought these were pretty high for being so new. Cute little chicken, or rooster, sorry. I thought this was absolutely gorgeous. This was a newer piece, but I love that kind of thing. And there's my dream package right there. All the Delft sugar, coffee, tea, lantern, all of that. If I had the money right there and then, I would have taken that all home. And then this down here as well, of course. The blue and white down below reminds me of the onion pattern. If anybody could tell me that if that was, that, let me know. Educate me on that. Love that cabinet. Absolutely love that cabinet. Could totally take that cabinet home. Beautiful art. Lots of dolls in a hall back there in the corner. They look like some pretty old pieces. It that booth was really crowded, so I didn't want to dig through it to look at the markings and see if they had the good markings on the bottom. Some beautiful oppression glass, or depression glass, sorry. Fun 70s stuff. Love all these lamps and stuff that they have. They had so many of them, guys, in this store. And of course, it's a tulip, so I have to look. Fair price, like that. Oh, I would love that in my kitchen. Just beautiful. I don't know where. I have a pretty modern home, but it would still be fun. I love a lot of these tables and stuff, but I have a farmhouse and I don't know what would look good in my farmhouse. Look at that old Mickey. My goodness. Love that. Just so cute. Love that eagle we just passed. I looked at this table. They wanted $90 for this plant stand table kind of thing. They said it was vintage, but I really kind of have a hard time. And then you look at this beautiful, beautiful work of art. I guess it is all in the eye of the beholder sometimes. I should have looked at the piece in front of this. It was so cute. It would have been a good Christmas piece. Beautiful, beautiful plates. All the old cars. Love this pattern on this old vintage plate set. That is a cute little bodice. And look at these old rolling pins. They are old for sure. Like these old pulleys, just to decorate with. This cute cabinet could come home with me. It would have been perfect in my home. And I love these horses for bookends. What a beautiful piece, but out of my league for sure. $575. A hot chocolate set, beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at these pieces, guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I should have looked at that painting behind there, the old windmill. I gotta go back and see how much they want for it. Probably too much. I love windmills, guys. My mom and dad are from Holland, so um, born there and then moved to Canada, and I was born in Canada. Okay, beautiful little chair, $190. Isn't that cute little picture? Oh, there's Jesus. Hello. Love this little door stopper. I think that's fantastic. That would have been beautiful. They need to make pieces like that nowadays. Maybe they do. I just don't know where to shop for them. Love these old vintage vehicles, toys. There's a nice little crock, about the size I need. This would be cute. This could come home with me too if I could afford it. I have some tea cup sets that I need to find a display for. But everything that I saw here, like this little shelf even, was just very expensive. So maybe I need to make one of my own. More carnival glass, cute pictures. It's hard to go through here quickly and show you guys all that is to see. There is so much to see here. Um, I spent 45 minutes going through here, and I could have spent an hour and a half just looking, and digging for good finds. And I probably would have done that if I didn't want to film this for you guys. I love these things. Now this looks like the onion pattern, but I'm not sure. I think it's super cute. I should look it up and stop asking you guys, but what do you guys think? Beautiful quilts and handmade goods in here. I thought that was a neat little lamp. I love that little lady. She's cute. Wouldn't know where to put her in my house, but sorry about turning so fast. If that makes you guys sick, I'm sorry, but doing the voiceover, it's hard to fix that now. That was a cute little basket with some beautiful flowers on it. Man, I love the furniture in this place. There's so many beautiful furniture finds in this place, like this table and this cabinet with all the, oh, and this beautiful Fenton piece, all these Fenton pieces right here. I just love everything on this shelf. I love how it looks like lace and these salt and pepper shakers. Beautiful plates, cups and saucers, whole sets, beautiful, beautiful. And I want to go back and get this piece, guys. This piece just is some of the pieces that I love. It's not expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive to me. It has to be something that I love. And I just love how delicate that was and beautiful. Simple, beautiful. Uh, I'm always surprised how much these bird cages that we used to have when we were kids are going for now. I'm always thinking, if I had saved that old bird cage I had when I had a parakeet when I was a kid, it would have been worth money. Oh, another beautiful set. Isn't this beautiful? I love the measuring cups. I just want to take them home. I love that blue and yellow together. It's just so beautiful. Makes my heart sing. That flower container is pretty. More carnival glass. Lots of interesting dolls. Really like how they decorated this table. Kudos to them. It's actually beautiful. They used a beautiful bowl, crystal, to set a crystal candy dish on. I believe that's a candy dish. I'm not exactly sure. I just thought that was gorgeous. And of course, I'm always attracted to the blue and white. I don't know what it is. My eye just goes there. If you're into bottles, here's your place. And of course, I'm seeing some more blue and white alert. Now, these cages I think are beautiful, and I would love one to put on top of my cabinets. Oh, a mustache glass or cup. It keeps your mustache out of the coffee. I'm surprised they don't have those today. Lots of cuteness happening in here. Man, I just love those bird cages. Now this is what more of the ducks are going for. That was more like $34.99. Love this vase, and I'm looking at this kind of Delft looking. Isn't that beautiful? It's a cake plate. My goodness. It's absolutely gorgeous. Man, I need that in my house. Love that little girl back there, or the lady sitting with her arm on her chin. Milk glass, beautiful stuff. Beautiful pieces in there. I have some milk glass at home. I have a Fenton basket that has those little boopies with milk glass. Some more ducks. This one wasn't that bad in price either. And I used to have a duck just like that. We had two male ducks, and they were a lot of fun. I really like that lantern. I would love to have some of those as backups in my home for when power goes out, because even if you have to run a generator for a long time, which we have, those would be nice when you don't want to run your generator 24/7. If like you have a long period that you're going to have a timeout of. Old chickens and old ducks. Love them. Absolutely love them. That is a big container ice bucket. I was blown away by the price of this cabinet. I like it. I'm not really a chippy person. I would have painted over it. They wanted 90 bucks for it. This I understand, that's very ornate, not my style, but somebody would love that. Oh, hello, kitty. My mother-in-law would love you. Not for sale. I would wanted to take that home. Look at that one. That's a beautiful lamp. And I really like these too. I thought they were great. A lot more sturdier than those other fine dishes that I was thinking of earlier. Look at this couch. Isn't this awesome? I love these old coffee grinders and this old piece that looks like Fenton, but it's not Fenton, it's hand blown glass. But it's an interesting piece. Like the wood box and the scale back there, and of course more beautiful lamps everywhere. Beautiful cabinets, beautiful furniture. This is a neat piece. It looked like rock, but it was resin. They did a good job on that. Crystal lamps back there. Oh, I grew up with those. What are those? Oh, precious moments. I remember those when I was a kid. Love this beautiful table I'm scooting around. Another beautiful birdhouse. Man, that's a gorgeous table. I love the tone of that wood too. That's an interesting piece. I'm not really into the Oriental stuff, but I can appreciate it. It's just not my style. I thought this was a really cool setup. Like it'd be cool to get my husband some of these antiques. I don't know if he'd appreciate them, but look at the old record player and the old toy. Like that old desk back there. That could come home with me. This old chair, this table. My goodness. Just beautiful furniture, guys. This is a place to go if you're really looking for antiques. I thought their prices on their antiques were pretty reasonable. Um, could I afford them? Not necessarily, but you know, that's the way it goes. Love this cabinet in the corner. This set is very ornate, not my style, but really cool looking. Look at this cabinet. That would be perfect. Not the clock on top, it doesn't really go, but I like the cabinet, would be perfect for my home. I know exactly where I'd put it if I had it. This other cabinet, this shorter one too, would be really nice, and that's why I'm looking at them. So I guess I need to start saving my ducats, friends, because I really like that. That would be pretty, except for the cracked glass. Now this seemed to be, there's some etched glass. Sorry, I had to yawn. Very nice, heavy, heavy goblets. Beautiful chairs again. Pantry boxes. Nice little globe here. Love this curio the cabinet is beautiful. Violin. I should have checked if that was ironstone. Now, it kind of scares me when you're walking through back here. You can see there's a broken pot right there. Cute little piggy. That how much of this stuff gets broken because people are coming through here? Oh, a butter churn. Oh, mama, can I take it home? I don't know how anybody made butter with that though. That seems kind of not so steady. Oh, beautiful bowls, but they were too expensive. They were really expensive on some of their pottery. I was shocked. Um, but maybe I just don't know my pottery very well yet. Another cute cabinet. I mean, like some of the stuff that was just laying around. This is a newer piece. This basket was cute. $24. Man, look at this old saddle. Old spinning wheel, Christmas tree. I like that cabinet behind there. Beautiful old lantern. Old record players. Really like this goose right here. Oh, he would look so cute on my new patio. Look at that scale back there. As somebody who grows their own food, scales are really, I don't grow all my own food, but a good portion.
Beautiful rooster. Another rooster. And another rooster. Some of them didn't have prices on them, so I was looking at the prices. I want one of these. I think they're cool. Some really old bowls up there. Oh, look at this Takamine. I used to have a Takamine with sound system, or it was it was in better shape than that one. Let's just say that until somebody broke it, they fell over it. Then I got a nice little breed love. There's a beautiful rooster, planter. That's an oldie. Cute little box. This person had a lot of McCoy. Had some really neat pieces. That was an interesting piece. Ooh, beautiful owl. I really like that shelf. I didn't show you guys very long. It's right above that piece. Um, it was brass and wood. This was kind of a neat little corner set up like a little store. Thought it was cute. Vintage goods. Thought for how he displayed his stuff, him or her, that they didn't price things very well. That's a beautiful piece. Liberty Bell. It doesn't look very old. Lots of lamps again. Carnival glass, depression glass. I thought this was really, really high, $90. But again, I don't know anything about it. I don't know its value. But for me, I wouldn't spend $90 on that. I love that. This was very expensive too, $49. I thought those were cute with the tulips on them. Oh, look at the tulip. If there's a tulip, I see it for some reason. Oh, I want to take this home so bad, but $40. Ugh, my goodness. It may be worth it, but I couldn't afford that. I think I'm going to have to go back to Paris where I can find some great finds and not pay as much. Lots of Crocs over here, but they were very expensive. And again, I don't know enough about Crocs to know if they're actually that value. I'd have to look them up, but like I just picked up one like this for half the price the other day, and mine's cuter. Lots of old cabinets in this room. A really nice desk here. I thought that was a really well made desk, beautiful. Another cabinet in the back there, beautiful. Really like that one. And of course, blue and white, so I have to look at it. But again, out of my price range. But it's gorgeous. And it's priced right. It's not complaining about the price. It's just not in my budget, I guess I should say. And if it was something I needed, you can justify it. But if it's just for something that is just fun to have, that's a different story, right? It's actually a deal on that piece. My sister has those. I thought this dog was cute. I think it's a perfume bottle, but still very cute. I should have got these glasses. I really loved them, and they were only $3 a piece. What was wrong with me? I just thought they would be perfect for like a milkshake. Should have got them from my mom. She loves milkshakes. Could have been her milkshake glasses. Maybe if I go back and they're still there. Yeah. I love milkshakes too. It's just she really likes to make them. That and root beer floats. Cute old chicken. Oh, I like this too. And $80, which, with the price of brass right now, it's probably right on. There's a beautiful bell that goes with the rest of the Fenton that we saw earlier. Some more carnival glass. I like that pink lamp. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't get the green glass. I understand people love it and how it glows and putting the blue light, but I don't get it. I have a piece just like this here, and it goes for like $190. That piece was Fenton as well, and I want to take that home so bad it's not funny. It's cool looking, but it's just not something I think glass should do, I guess.
So, guys, that place had some very, very nice stuff, and I've seen, very nice stuff, but they're very proud of their stuff too. There's Fenton stuff in there that they're asking quite a bit for when they really don't go for as much as they're saying. Maybe here in Clarksville they can get more for them, but if that was in Paris, like that place we went to in Paris, it would be probably a third of the cost. You could not go there and sell your stuff, or you could go and sell your stuff there, but if you're buying and selling your own stuff, that is not the place to go. It's the place to go for ideas and beautiful things and finding some beautiful things. But there was more true antiques there. Their Fenton stuff, which I probably know the most about, was really, really high. Maybe I can like put some comps up. We'll see if I can find some comps, or if I can share them on Google. I don't know if I can. I should have taken some Google Lens stuff right there and then. So I hope that I can find some of the things that I really liked there out in the wild, in a thrift store. The first thrift store I went to was amazing, but they did not have a lot of home decor. That's a good place to go for clothing. Really reasonably priced. Priced more like a Goodwill, or what a Goodwill used to be priced at. So I can see why their prices are, why it's always so packed out. So, I mean, if you want to fight the people, it's a good day to go there on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, because that's when they're like 30% off. But it looks like they have the color tags where they always put up colored stuff every week too. So got those 2 chairs, got a dress today, and I'm happy really about those chairs, and really finding that plant stand for outside. I'm really happy about that. For $5 something at City Thrift was a great deal. So if you're in Clarksville and you're looking for a good thrift store, head out to City Thrift. And we'll be back here in Clarksville to see. I know that there's a place on College Street. It's I think it's Warehouse 51. I went there with my daughter. I'll link that video to this one. That actually had all kinds of different vendors in it. This one had vendors in it too, but they are just you would have to have some money to shop there. It seems like the people are well researched that sell there, and but they do have some Fenton pieces and other pieces that you're not going to find anywhere else. So if you are just in the retail market for some good vintage stuff, some good antique stuff, that is a good place to go. So they had some beautiful, beautiful home decor stuff, and it was a lot of fun to look around. So God bless you guys. We'll see you guys next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead.